So I've worked at a movie rental place, and I was the only one who had seen Jaws. I was the only one who'd seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and that blew my mind. Hi guys, Gidru64 here, and today I have a new collection update. And what is this update? This update is a friend of mine was downsizing, getting rid of his collection for a move, so he gave me a lot of movies. I got almost 100 movies. Now, some of these were duplicates, so I've already given them away. So pretty much everything here is not duplicates. It's all new stuff to my collection, which is still over 50 movies. So it's a big collection update, and I'm looking forward to going through this stuff because honestly, some of this stuff I've never seen. So I hope you guys are ready because we're gonna jump right into it. First up is what's the box? What's in the box is 7. I have not seen 7 in such a long time, but it doesn't really matter. Who does not remember the what's in the box line? I'm looking forward to revisiting this one. The next one up, this one I was actually really excited about too, Master and Commander. A lot of people don't really remember this one very well. I actually rented this when I worked at Blockbuster back in the day, and something was wrong with the disc, or it might have been a 2-disc. It's a really long movie. So whenever I was watching it, I only got to watch like half the movie because it glitched out or whatever. And so I've never actually seen the second half of Master and Commander. Now, 10 years later, I can finally go back and watch the rest of it. A lot of people who are like historians, there's a really cool YouTuber, I can't remember what his name was, but he actually did a video on Master and Commander that's really good. So I'm looking forward to checking this. Children of Men. This was my buddy's favorite movie. Oh yeah, by the way, my buddy's name is Zach. Not the Black Power Ranger, as far as I know. I've never seen a Black Power Ranger and Zach in the same room, but I'm pretty sure it's not the same Zach. I'm such an idiot. But as far as Children of Men, this was Zach's favorite movie. So I've never sat through this movie. It's very depressing, you know. One of the things I will say about a lot of his collection is he's very much into the how shall I say, more dramas, more darker type of stuff than what I normally collect because I'm more of a sci-fi guy. So really, I'm getting a whole new genre with this collection that he gave me. So Children of Men, I'm looking forward to actually checking this out. But again, I got to be in the mood for this. I mean, it's post-apocalyptic. I mean, it's not like we haven't had enough of that the past year. Gangs of New York, another long movie. Haven't seen it in a very long time. That's kind of the how it goes with most of his collection. But I'm looking forward to checking out Gangs of New York. I remember it's a really long movie. 166 minutes. Yeah, it's long. Gladiator. This is a steelbook. This was the only steelbook he had, and obviously I collect steelbooks, so I was really happy that he had this in here. I actually already own Gladiator as part of a 2-pack with Troy. Troy's another good movie. Both of them are good movies, but Gladiator, this is probably Ridley Scott at his best, arguably. This won so many awards, and it won awards, you know, back when the awards actually meant something and they weren't just a useless, well, I'm not going to say what I actually think. I'll just say that the awards are useless now. But I think it's really cool that that I got a steelbook now. I'll probably display this on one of the magnets that I have. 3-pack, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Clockwork Orange, and The Shining. I own 2001. They actually just came out with a 4K. I haven't checked it out yet, but a lot of people have said the 4K looks really, really good. So I might upgrade, and I own The Shining on 4K, which looks great too. But I didn't own a Clockwork Orange. Not necessarily my type of movie. As far as Stanley Kubrick goes, that guy was... what a amazing director. But he's also... you know when you're watching a Stanley Kubrick movie. So I don't know if I'll revisit Clockwork Orange or not. Next up is The Prestige. I actually already own this movie, so I'll probably be giving this to my brother or somebody else who doesn't have it. I forgot that I already owned Prestige. I knew that I had it on DVD. I didn't know I had it on Blu-ray already. So this is honestly one of Nolan's most underrated movies, in my opinion. This is one of his best, at least for me. Excluding the Dark Knight stuff, Prestige is in the top 5 Nolan movies, I think. So if you've never checked Prestige, I definitely would recommend that. 2-pack, Kill Bill and Kill Bill Volume 2. Both really good movies. I would say this was actually my introduction to Tarantino movies. I was never a huge fan of Tarantino. However, his more recent movies have made me a huge fan of Tarantino, with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is probably my favorite movie of his, the one I've watched so many times. I really love that movie, and I also love Django Unchained. Really great movie. So I'm glad that I'm actually expanding my Quentin Tarantino movies, because I don't actually own that many. Limitless, they actually did a TV show of this. I never checked out the TV show, but apparently Bradley Cooper did actually make an appearance in the TV show. Really cool premise. They kind of just ripped off this entire premise for a Scarlett Johansson remake called Lucy, in which the ending, spoiler, she turned into a giant flash drive, or a small flash drive. I don't know. All I know is when I saw Lucy in theaters, I was like, what is this? But Limitless, for superior movie. If you liked Lucy, definitely watch Limitless, because I'm pretty sure you're going to like it more than Lucy. This is two different ones. Black Sails 1 and 2. It's got this lenticular little holographic stuff on it. I've never actually watched Black Sails. The premise is really interesting. I mean, literally, it's pirates. I mean, it's got pirates. So I'm looking forward to checking out that. The Usual Suspects. I think this was a Bryan Singer movie. I don't remember who directed this, to be honest, but I've actually never seen Usual Suspects, but I've heard tons of good things over the years, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Gran Torino. I actually already own Gran Torino, which I forgot about. It's actually, I have a whole Clint Eastwood collection, and Gran Torino is a part of that collection. So I don't have the standalone movie, but I have the movie as part of that collection, so I'll probably end up giving this to my brother. Hannibal. This is season 1. This was the TV show. It's still in the wrapping. Some of this stuff I'm going to have to follow up with Zach and X, where he got some of this stuff. Hannibal. Never watched Hannibal. I mean, I like Silence of the Lambs, so I don't know. Maybe it'd be good. But I don't know. I always thought it was kind of just a way to cash in on Dexter, which I love Dexter, or at least the first, 4 or 5 seasons. Wasn't a big fan of the last couple, and definitely not the ending. Braveheart. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't own Braveheart, especially considering that I'm mostly Scottish. You'd think that I would actually own Braveheart. I do own The Patriot. It's kind of the same movie. They both got Mel Gibson, and the story's fairly similar, fighting for independence. So, I've obviously seen Braveheart. Even though I don't own it, I have seen it. I just haven't seen it in a very long time, so I'm looking forward to checking that out again. Silicon Valley, season 1. The first couple seasons of this were really great. Didn't like the last couple seasons. That seems to be the case with a lot of different shows. But the first season is really good. I'm looking forward to going back and revisiting Silicon Valley. Fighter. I actually own this, so I'll probably end up giving this away. I own it already. It's a pretty good movie. It's not one that I would rewatch probably. So that might be one that just ends up on the shelf at some point. Wow. The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug. It's the extended edition. The box is kind of cool. Lord of the Rings. I've said this before. I think Lord of the Rings is probably the best movie trilogy of all time. I don't think that's a stretch. It's basically flawless. There's almost nothing I would change about it. However, The Hobbit, I did not like this trilogy. The first one I went and saw, I actually fell asleep in a theater. I saw this one in theater. I almost walked out because I was just so bored. I was also sitting next to someone who was really annoying. Just didn't make for a very good experience. I never checked out the third one, but I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and revisit it. Maybe my opinion will change. Probably not, but who knows. Blood Diamond, a good movie. Leonardo DiCaprio. Haven't seen Blood Diamond in about 10 years, so looking forward to checking that out again. Taking a Pelham 123. I've never actually seen this movie. This movie came out about the same time as another train movie. This came out when I worked at Blockbuster. The ones that come out when I worked at Blockbuster, I remember very well during that time period because they were on the new release wall. So I was the one who put them out for the Tuesday releases. There was another one called Unstoppable. It had like Chris Pine. I think it also had Denzel Washington in it. So I don't know what it was with Denzel Washington and train movies. I don't know. I've never seen it. So if you guys have seen it, let me know if it's worth watching. Interstellar, I forgot that I own this one already too. I actually got the Interstellar on Blu-ray, previously used from a Blockbuster in North Pole, Alaska. Yeah, it was in North Pole, Alaska. That was a couple years ago, back when there was only like 4 or 5 Blockbusters left. Now there's only one Blockbuster left. And I actually own that documentary called The Last Blockbuster, which I should have a review for up this week, maybe, hopefully. I don't know if anybody's interested in that, but my review will mostly be from the perspective of an actual Blockbuster employee. However, Interstellar, this was actually the first movie review I ever did on my channel. It was the first review I ever did where I was in front of the camera, and it's a terrible review. Please don't go back and watch it. It's so cringe-worthy to go back and see. But Interstellar's, it's got a lot of good aspects to it, but I don't think it lived up quite to the hype that I put on it, especially as a big Nolan fan. But I do like it. No Country for Old Men. This is a great movie. This is a well-shot movie. I can't wait to see this again. I've only watched it once, and it'd been so long. Me and my brother were actually arguing over the ending of the movie and how it ended because we kind of remember 2 different things from it. We ended up having to Google it to see which one of us was right. As far as which one of us is right, I don't know. I'll leave that to your imagination. But I like No Country for Old Men. Next up is Buried. Ryan Reynolds is in. He's buried the whole movie. It's basically it. That thing was so low budget. It's literally just him buried underground the whole movie. Godfather. This is the. Is this the trilogy? No, it's just oh no, it is all 3. Cool, all 3 Godfather movies. I have thought about buying this for years. I never did. There's so many different versions, like releases of Godfather. I've actually never seen all 3 Godfather movies. I've seen a part of the first one, I think. And I know that always is crazy to people when I tell them, especially because everybody knows I'm like the movie guy. You're the movie guy. Have you not seen Godfather? And I definitely understand that. When I worked at Blockbuster, I've worked at a movie rental place, and I was the only one who had seen Jaws. I was the only one who'd seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and that blew my mind. Out of me and 8 or 9, 10 different employees, and I'm the only one who's seen that. We work in a rental store. Have you never seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind or Jaws? So I definitely understand why people would have that reaction when I tell them I haven't seen Godfather. But I love like mobster movies and gangster movies, and I love period movies. So you'd think that I would have seen this by now, but I haven't. But now I will, now that I own it. Pulp Fiction, another Tarantino movie. So my Tarantino movies are growing. Pulp Fiction is probably one of Tarantino's best. The only thing I don't like about this is one thing I don't like about movies and TV shows in general. I've never liked the time jumps in the storytelling. I've never liked that in TV or in movies or anything else. I'm very much into linear storytelling. And it's very gimmicky. This doesn't necessarily feel gimmicky, but I still don't like it anyway. But other than that, yeah, Pulp Fiction's clearly one of Tarantino's best movies. A Beautiful Mind, Cinderella Man. Don't own either of these movies. I've never seen A Beautiful Mind. I have seen Cinderella Man. Fun fact about Cinderella Man and the last blockbuster on the planet, they have Cinderella Man memorabilia. They got some Russell Crowe memorabilia in the actual store. Chronicle. This was whenever the found footage movies were a big deal. Cloverfield and all that kind of stuff. Blair Witch was the first found footage movie, I think, or at least definitely the biggest, the mainstream release. But they were a thing for a while, the found footage stuff. Project Almanac, Cloverfield, and some other movies. I actually like Chronicle. It actually had Michael B. Jordan in it. This was coming off of Friday Night Lights, I believe, that's what I remember from. Yeah, obviously he's been in tons of movies since then, Creed and Black Panther and all kinds of cool stuff. But I'll always remember Friday Night Lights. But Chronicle, it was basically people get superpowers, the telekinetic powers, and one of them becomes a villain, the other one's got to try and stop them. And found footage movie. I haven't seen it since it came out. It's not because I didn't have any interest in seeing it again. I just actually forgot about it, to be honest. Another 2-pack. It's Green Mile and Forrest Gump. I own Forrest Gump. I own a DVD. I own a Blu-ray and a Steelbook, I believe. So I really like Forrest Gump. However, I don't own Green Mile. It's kind of a sad movie. I don't know if I'll watch it again. I watched it once, and I think that was enough. So I don't know if I'll ever even watch it again. Not that it's not bad, but I'm just not into watching movies that make me depressed. Isn't life depressing enough? I don't need to watch a movie to be more of that. Funny People. Never seen Funny People. A lot of people say this is pretty good. I don't know. I really don't have much to say about Funny People. The Departed, Goodfellas, and The Aviator, all 3 good movies, and I do not own any of these movies. Goodfellas I actually did watch about a year ago, so that one I've actually recently seen. I haven't seen Aviator since it came out. I haven't watched The Departed since it came out, so I'm looking forward to maybe checking out some of those. There's definitely a lot of stuff in here I haven't seen in a while or haven't seen, period. There's another one, Fargo. I've never actually watched Fargo. I watched a few episodes of the TV show Fargo, which was pretty good. I'm looking forward to checking out the movie. Here, we'll just share both of these. Rick and Morty season 1 and 2. I like Rick and Morty. I like the first 2 seasons specifically. Since then, season 3 was all right. Season 4 is kind of a mixed bag and so forth. I definitely think the first 2 seasons are definitely the peak Rick and Morty. People talk about it having a toxic fan base. I don't subscribe to the toxic fan base thing. There are some people within any fan base who are just not good representation of the fan base. I don't know. I like Rick and Morty. I don't really care what anybody says. I think it's fun. Next up is, Alice in Wonderland. That's a Tim Burton one. Whenever I was a kid, there was a show on TV called Alice in Wonderland, and it was on the Disney Channel. We had the Disney Channel for a year or so. We got it gifted for Christmas one time, and I really loved watching that. It was like a musical. Wonderland's this musical place. Seemed like a cool place you'd want to visit with cool people who didn't have jobs or nothing. They kind of just danced around and hung out all day. It made you actually want to visit Wonderland. I would never want to visit this Wonderland. This Wonderland is creepy. The Queen of Hearts has a giant head for some reason. Tim Burton's a trip, man. Anybody who's ever seen a Tim Burton movie knows that Tim Burton's a trip. This was the only DVD that he had in the set, which is Chinatown with Jack Nicholson. I've never seen it, and it's still in the wrapping, so he never checked it out either. He probably bought it for some specific reason. He didn't tell me. I did ask him why it's the only DVD. He's like, I don't remember. Probably because it didn't have a Blu-ray release and he wanted to see it for some reason, but he never actually checked it out, and I've never seen it either. 50-50. Never watched 50-50. Seth Rogen, to me, there's some Seth Rogen movies I actually really enjoy, and there's some that I really don't. I really don't find him funny a lot of times. There's certain movies I find him funny in. I like Superbad. I guess I like him more not as the main character. 12 Angry Men. This one I was really excited to get. I've always heard about this movie. I've always wanted to see this movie. This is a classic. A lot of people talk about it. Chris Stuckman even did a video talking about 12 Angry Men, and I've always wanted to see it. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. Hopefully it works, because it looks like this might be, well, let's see. Okay, good. It doesn't look like it's a bootleg movie. So it's a real movie. This is the only 4K that he had. Blade Runner 2049. I do own this movie. I own it on Blu-ray. However, I've been thinking about upgrading to 4K for a while. This is the type of movie that's worth a 4K upgrade. It's a great looking movie. The entire movie is basically just about setting up atmosphere. And I really like it for that. Narratively, it's okay. It's serviceable. But really it's the atmosphere and the mood and the setting of this movie that I really like. So I'm glad I have it on 4K. American Gangster. This was a really long movie. I've been thinking about revisiting this one for a long time. I couldn't find it on a streaming service. One day I was trying to find it and I couldn't find it on any of my 5 streaming services because that's how you have to look for things anymore. But now that I own it, next time I want to watch it, I'll have it. Schindler's List. This is kind of in the same boat as Green Mile. Like, I just find these movies depressing. I mean, they are very good at what they are. Like, Schindler's List is a great movie. I've watched it once. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. That's not because it's a bad movie. It's just not the type of movie that I would rewatch. But it's cool that I have the option if I ever did want to go back and visit it. This is The Town. I've never actually seen The Town. A lot of people say this is the movie that changed their opinion of Ben Affleck. So a lot of good reviews for this. A lot of good opinions on this. So I'm actually looking forward to checking out The Town at some point. And then there is, of course, Casino, which man, I haven't seen this movie in such a long time. I'm really looking forward to checking out Casino. Next up is Breaking Bad. Yes, I can't believe he gave me Breaking Bad. This is one of my favorite TV shows. This is my top 10 TV shows of all time. Maybe one day I'll do a video sharing my top 10 favorite TV shows of all time. Breaking Bad is the rare TV show that gets better as it goes along, all the way to the end. Like, this gets better every single season. I love this show. I'm so glad I own it. So now I don't have to worry about it going away from streaming and never being able to check it out again. A great box set too. This actually happened with Mad Men. Mad Men is I watched it on Netflix all the time. It's one of my top 10 shows also, and it's not on any streaming service. It's on IMDb for free, but it has ads, which is funny for Mad Men. If you've seen Mad Men, you know why that's funny. But it takes you out of the whole period setting, the whole atmosphere of the show, when you get a current day ad while you're watching something that's taking place, in the 60s. Just doesn't work. So I actually recently bought Mad Men because I know I'm going to watch it again. Next up is Boardwalk Empire, which I've never actually seen. There's 3 seasons. I got the other one here, but I can only hold 3 in my small hands, apparently. I've never seen Boardwalk Empire. Zach, my buddy, recommended this. Obviously, he owns it, so he's watched it all. Obviously, this is right up my alley. I love period stuff. I love old stuff that takes place in an old time period. And this came highly recommended. Apparently, it's got Steve Buscemi because he's on the cover of one of the seasons, which is cool. I've heard of Boardwalk Empire, but I never have seen it. Never even thought about watching it. But now that I own 4 seasons of it, I think if there's only 4 seasons, that's great. If not, and I get into it, I'll probably have to buy the rest of them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this out. I got plenty of stuff to watch, that's for sure, for quite a while. I'm thinking about canceling all my streaming services for 6 months to a year. Save myself some money and just catch up on all my physical media. Next up is a TV show that a lot of people remember, and that is Heroes. First season is great. I loved Heroes. It came out back when, superheroes were kind of just catching on as far as mainstream is concerned. This was when Heroes came out, it had 2 of my favorite things. It was literally superheroes, superpowers, supernatural stuff, and it also had aspects of Lost to it, which had all these different characters who intertwined later in the story. And that first season of Heroes, man, that was my favorite show for that year. I really loved Heroes. The second season, yeah, that suffered from the writer's strike and just ill-conceived plot. You clearly tell they didn't know what they were going to do with that. And he also gave me season 3 and season 4. I don't remember a lot. I watched all of it, but I just remember the rest of the seasons just never lived up to that first season at all. Every now and again you'd get a good episode, but like their overall plots and characters and direction and everything just never worked for me. But it's cool that I have it. I actually owned Heroes on DVD the first season, so it's kind of cool. Maybe it's worth revisiting now that I have it. So that's it, guys. That is the entire collection. I estimate close to 50 movies, 50 Blu-rays. Probably the biggest dump of movies that I've ever gotten at one time. Even my giant purchases on Black Friday aren't this many. So I'm about to run out of rooms on my shelf. As you can see behind me, there's really not that much room left. So I might end up having to buy a whole nother shelf in order to fit all this stuff. But and obviously I have a whole new genre here. I could probably build something with, dark movies or dramas, expand my drama collection, that's for sure. But a lot of cool movies, a lot of stuff I haven't seen, in a long time. So yeah, like I said, I think I could probably get rid of some of my streaming services, but I do want to let you guys know that I'll be doing some more physical media videos and some other videos. I plan to try and up my videos to more than just one a week. I'm trying to go to like 2 a week. We'll see how it goes. I know next week I'm going to have my Blu-ray releases for April, although looking at it, there's not a whole lot coming out, so it'll probably be a pretty short video. So I'll also be having another video, just a collection video. I don't know which section I'm going to go to yet. I still haven't gone through my whole collection, which is so even my own collection I need to do collection update for, because I haven't even gone through everything yet. But either way, I'll continue in my physical media videos. I'll be branching out into some other new ideas that I'm taking on, some other new cool ideas for videos. And we'll see how that goes. I want to thank everyone for checking out this video. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm YouTube64, and I'll always tell you the truth.